That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But I want to move on to probably my favorite topic of the day.
Okay.
Probably my favorite topic of the day. Just like we got head coaches in the hot seat, we got quarterbacks in the hot seat as well. JJ, Joe Jordan,
Mm.
I gotta ask you, man, what quarterback is under the most pressure this year? Now, I'm gonna answer mine a certain way. I don't know if you answering yours in a way that's like most pressure to get to and win a Super Bowl, or more pressure to have a good season. I'm gonna leave that up to you. I'm gonna just let the fans know. Mine is about winning the Super Bowl, or at
Hmm.
least getting to the Super Bowl. That's where mine come in. But Joe, I'm gonna ask you, man, what quarterback this year is under the most pressure?
I mean, I think it's quite obvious.
Mm, mm,
I think it's quite obvious. Lamar Jackson.
mm.
Lamar Jackson has the most pressure to perform this year in the biggest moments. That's who I want to say. Now, does he have pressure for his job? No. Does he have pressure for to win the MVP? No. Does he have pressure just for his? Yeah, he had pressure for his name. That's what he has pressure for. Because, in my opinion, AJ, if everybody plays their best, Lamar Jackson is the best player in the NFL. If everybody just show up one game and then they give me their best game, Lamar Jackson is the best player in the NFL. I mean, he's legit when he's on, unstoppable. The
Mm-hmm.
man is the best running QB in the NFL history. Michael Vick fans might got something to say about that. I believe he's the best running QB in NFL history.
I think so
And
too.
last year, he had a historic season passing the ball. He had a third best QB rating in NFL history last year with a low turnover rate. He had less than five interceptions the whole year. So I think Lamar Jackson has the most pressure. And let me tell you why. Lamar Jackson is a two-time MVP. Should have been three-time MVP, but Josh Allen won. I'm not going to take away from him. But he could have been three-time MVP. Two-time MVP, AJ. He has, behind Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, he has the third highest win percentage in NFL history as a QB. Did you know that?
I
So he
didn't know
wins
that.
games. And when Lamar's there, there's no fear. Lamar Jackson has never missed a playoffs when he played a full season. Never. And he's never he only he only lost the division one time, but he got hurt. So when he was healthy, he has always been there and won the division. All right? Now, he made a playoff. First he won MVP 2019. He gets to the playoffs, AJ. Did you know in the playoffs against the Titans, he threw the ball 59 times?
Mm.
That's the most he threw the ball the whole year. Now, I'm not going to put all that on Lamar Jackson. That's coaching right there. Why would you put the ball in his hand 59 times through the ball when that's not his game? I think he only threw the ball more than 30 times, three times the whole year. And now you want to do it 59 times in the playoffs when we need you to beat Lamar Jackson? That's not it. 2020. Did you know when they lost to the Bills, that was the first time he didn't have a touchdown the whole season? That was the first time he didn't have a touchdown. And he had an interception. He threw that pick six at the end of the game, which kind of sealed the deal for the Bills. 2023, he gets to the AFC Championship game, plays the Chiefs. He had a 54.1 completion percentage. Did you know that was the lowest completion percentage he had all season? Like how? And lastly, last year, 2024, against the Bills, he had 2 turnovers in the first half, which was the first time he did it all year. So, AJ, my point is, we get to these situations and things happen that never happened the whole year. That's not a coincidence. So but I do believe last year in the game, he jumped the hurdle. He had those 2 turnovers and he snapped out of it and he started snapping. Like he went crazy and he brought them back and they could have won that game. Shout out to Mark Andrews. So, but it got to carry over to this season. And that's it. Lamar Jackson, if he keep it up, he going to start getting the James Harden comparison. James Harden go like this in the playoffs. Man, do I think he's James Harden? No, but it's hard to defend that. It's hard to not to. It's hard. It's funny coming to me and says James Harden. It's hard for me to defend that because James Harden is great MVP caliber player every year of the regular season when he was in Houston. But then when he got to the big moments in the playoffs, he did something that was unconventional. Like he did something you never seen before. So Lamar Jackson, in my opinion, has the most pressure to get over the hump and get to that Super Bowl.
Joe, I when I was thinking of this question, I was trying my hardest to refrain from being, and I'm gonna do it, but I was trying my hardest to refrain from being petty. Like petty AJ won't be wanting to seep out, right? Because we got a guy that's a Ravens fan in the chat, and all he do is just go at my Super Bowl winning quarterback. That's all he does. And then we talk about his quarterback, it's like he ain't got no flaws whatsoever. Joe,
You should have
I
went
think
first.
unquestionable. I think the unquestionable answer is Lamar, and I say it respectfully because I like Lamar. I think Lamar Jackson, skill for skill, talent for talent, is the best player in the game, which is why he has the pressure on him the way he has it. One thing I want to say, Joe, we always talk about what Jalen Hurts has at his disposal, right? What other guys have. If you put this player in this position and da 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 da. If every quarterback could game manage, da 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 da. Okay, let's take the Eagles out of the equation because the Eagles don't go to the Super Bowl every year. The Eagles aren't in your conference. Joe, who has the best roster in football outside of Philadelphia?
The Ravens.
The Ravens. They got the best roster in their conference, bar none. You got Lamar Jackson, who is a talent in himself, right? He carries a load by himself, undeniably. But then you got Derrick Henry. I understand Zay Flowers didn't play in the playoffs last year, but you have Zay Flowers. You got Bateman, who's starting to come into his own. You got Andrews and Isaiah Likely, the dual threat tight end threat. Your offensive line, not bad. Now, Lamar be running around a lot, so I ain't going to say they got the best offensive line, but I think their offensive line is good enough. You go to the defensive side of the ball. You just went out there and got Jair Alexander. You got Nate Wiggins on the other side, right? You got Marlowe in the slot. You got Kyle Hamilton at safety. You went and drafted another stud, I believe, from Georgia to fill out your other safety position, right? You got Roquan Smith as a linebacker, all pro linebacker. You got a defensive front that could get to the passer. What else do you need? That's a real question. What else could you possibly need? I look at Lamar Jackson's history in the playoffs. I believe that Lamar Jackson could have game managed his way to the Super Bowl when they played the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. I think he could have game managed his way to a Super Bowl. I think if he'd have just been efficient with the football, I think if he wouldn't have turned the football over at the end, I think he could have game managed them guys to a victory. The Chiefs scored 17 points. All of the points came in the first half. They was getting shut out in the second half. The defense came to play. Lamar Jackson, when you go back and you watch the game, Lamar Jackson, I just feel like he gets in these situations and he just be a little indecisive. He don't know whether he want to throw or he want to run. He don't know. It's like he just it's like he kind of get nervous a little bit, and it takes him a while to kind of get in a groove, shake the cobwebs free. That's basically what happened, right? That's basically what happened in the Bills game. He started off slow, turning the ball over. Now I think he did a great job making up for it. Mark Andrews had some terrible moments in that game. Obviously, you had the fumble when it was marching downfield and the drop for the 2-point conversion. But what people don't talk about, bro, is even if Mark Andrews catches that ball, it's to tie the game. It's not the win. It's not the win, bro. You still got to deal with Josh Allen potentially coming down and getting the field goal to win the game. Or if they get the stop, you got to worry about the game going into OT. There's no guarantee you win that game, even if Andrews catches that pass. What Andrews dropping that pass did was guarantee that you lost the game. That was the guarantee you lost the game. It's over now. But even if he catches it, you might still lose the game. People might still be like, yo, I got Josh Allen and them boys take it, doing their thing, coming out with the victory. So at the end of the day, I've seen Lamar Jackson as the MVP of the league twice. I've seen him with the best defense in the league. I've seen him with going into this season, you could say that Derrick Henry was the best running back in the league before Saquon took off the way he took off. I believe it was either between him or CMC, probably CMC. Derrick Henry was probably number 2 best running back in the league, right?
Wow.
So, yes, the fumble was to take the lead. And Mark Andrews, like I say, he deserves his responsibility in the loss. I'm not going to gloss over the fact that he made those bad plays. But what I'm saying is, like Joe said, if Lamar plays like he plays in the regular season, in the playoffs, you have no concerns about those guys. His numbers drop dramatically in the playoffs, right? His passer rating goes from being a 98 in the regular season to a 75.7 in the playoffs. His completion percentage in the playoffs is a 57.4. For his career in the regular season, his completion percentage is a 65. I mean, come on, these are drastic differences. Then to top off the drop in completion percentage, to top off the drop in passer rating, you got 11 turnovers in 8 games. You got 11 turnovers in 8 games, bro. When you don't turn the ball over like that in the regular season, it's inexcusable. Now, do I believe Lamar Jackson is going to win a Super Bowl, maybe multiple? I do. If I was a betting man, I say Lamar going to get him at least one. Because I think he's too great of a talent. I think the Ravens organization is too good of an organization to not continue to build and to stack it in a way that's like, yo, they going to be a tough team to beat, as well as him being an individual talent. And I think he gets over this hurdle. Like, you know, Peyton Manning dealt with this early on in his career where he just couldn't get it going. So I think Lamar is going to get it, and we're going to put him in some interesting conversations. But he's undeniably, with this roster, with this team, with his playoff woes, because we can't look at every quarterback and say that their numbers drop like that come to playoffs. He's undeniably the quarterback under the most pressure. And again, I know Chris ain't watching. I'll clip this up for him. You talk about my guy, worry about your guy delivering when it matters most. Because that, for me, ain't a concern. At the very least, he going to manage a game. Defense playing well, we going to manage the game. Now, he had 2 bad safeties in 2 playoff games. Horrible, horrendous. He only got four playoff turnovers, though. So I'm just, if need be, I can take off for you and ball out. If need be, I could just game manage this mud. Just stir the ship. Just stir the ship. That's all we need from you. Get to the next game. We might need you to ball out for the next. I don't want to move on before I bring up this quarterback, because to me, I almost made him the number 1. Lamar Jackson was just too easy, but I had to. Dakota Rain Prescott. Dakota Rain Prescott.
Okay, go ahead.
You the highest paid quarterback in the league, bro. On an annual basis, you making $60 million a year, and this quarterback's getting re-signed. Yes, Joe. Quarterback's getting extended. You still number 1. You got George Pickens. You got CD. You got Jake Ferguson. And I think their defense is going to be solid this year. We'll see if Diggs comes back and how he looks when he comes back. You got Bland on the other side. I do believe eventually they'll re-sign Micah Parsons. They're going to have an issue stopping the run, but I do think their rushing attack on offense is going to be better. Not to mention Jaden Daniels. You see him.
There it is.
Jalen Hurts. You see him. 2 quarterbacks that have led their teams to an NFC championship and a Super Bowl while you sitting on the couch just watching. And so Dak is I think he's on the back half of his career, obviously. If there was ever a time for him to step up and at least get to the NFC championship game.
Wow.
And not be the reason you lose. Don't be the reason, because like Lamar, and I can't put everything on Lamar because I can't fully say the Bills game is because of him. I think Zay Flowers missing time obviously hurts. I think the Mark Andrews plays obviously hurts. But I still think if he plays his best, he wins. And we can look at other playoff games and say, I mean, I put that Chiefs loss on Lamar. I put the early Bills loss as well on Lamar, if I'm being honest. With Dak Prescott, the last 3 times they've been in the playoffs, it's been all Dak, in my opinion. Like, the team ain't been perfect, but Dak been like, yo, you got the Packers game. Yes, I know Jordan Love went out there and did his thing, but when you had opportunities to stop the bleeding, you went out there and threw a pick, swung momentum, right? And you could never just get your grasp back on the game. You could never get a grasp back on the game. You got the game against the 49ers in the divisional round. I believe that game was in San Francisco, where He struggled to get the ball in the end zone all day long. San Francisco's defense was clamping him up. Dallas defense balled out. He couldn't really do anything with it, right? Then you got the season before, right? I will never forget, as long as I live, Joe, I'm in Vegas. Eagles just lost to the Buccaneers. I'm hurt. I am hurt. I don't want to watch no more football. Bro, I don't want to watch no more football. I'm cool. I'm on vacation, and it's been blowing my whole vacation. It's been blowing my heart. I can't believe we just got smoked because I'm that delusional Eagles fan that thought that we had a chance against Tom Brady and him at that time, right? Oh man, I'm just blown. I don't watch none of the Cowboy game. I end up watching it later, but I don't watch none of the Cowboy game. I get on social media, I see the Cowboys go Cowboy. Dak, what was he thinking? What's Mike McCarthy doing? Like, people going crazy. I'm like, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? Clearly they done lost. I go back and I see the replay. Dak Prescott hiking the ball, doing a QB draw in the middle of the field, sliding, Tony Romo on, and it's poetic for Tony Romo to be on the call. It's poetic. He's got time. No worries. They're gonna get up. They're gonna spike it. Oh wait. Oh, that's the game. Game over. And immediately my mood went from here. I'm like, oh man. At least we both went outside. It's the same thing that happened to us when they lost. When they lost to the Packers, and we turned around, we lost. I'm like, hey man, we lost, but at least they went out too. So I say all that to say, man, these quarterbacks have pressure on them to not only win, but if you lose, don't let us look at you and be like, bruh, what was going on, bruh, in that game?
I agree. I know we got to move on, but I do want to mention one more person. All right, I'm going to try to be quick. This person has a different kind of pressure, though. Not the pressure like Lamar, not the pressure like Dak. Patrick Mahomes. Now,
that's interesting.
Patrick Mahomes is regarded as the best quarterback in the league automatically because he's winning. He lost some of that aura last year for which I did to him. He lost some of that aura. Yeah, he's been sliding with these I gotta give it to y'all. He's been sliding with these mediocre seasons because he get to the Super Bowl
and win.
It's not about the stats no more. It's about winning. But he didn't win last year. I get it. He got to the Super Bowl. He didn't win last year. AJ, these last 2 years, he's been very mediocre. If you just take out the playoffs, there's an argument he's not top 10. There is. All right. So I'm looking at his completion percentage. The last 2 years, 9th and 10th. His TDs, last 2 years, 8th and 9th. Yards, 6th and 7th. QB rating, 14th and 17th the last 2 years. Interceptions, 4th in interceptions, 4th most, and 13th last year. But his numbers are pedestrian. It's average. And how they win their games, they struggle. I feel like they struggle every game to win. Every week they struggle. But because they're winning. So, in my opinion, if Mahomes go into the season and he don't get to the Super Bowl and he have a season like this again, Lamar and Josh Allen might leave him. And if Joe Burrow have a good season, some people might be delusional enough to move Joe Burrow above Patrick Mahomes. But that aura that he got, this the year it might get shattered if he don't bring back MVP type Mahomes in the regular season, or if he don't, he got to either bring MVP back regular Mahomes, or he has to win the Super Bowl. If he don't do one of those, he's gonna get dropped back. He won't be regarded as number one or more, in my opinion.
Joe, that's an incredible take, bro. I had no clue that was coming, and to hear someone say, no, hold on. I ain't say he ain't got no pressure. I ain't say that. I ain't say that. I'm just not putting as much pressure on him as these other guys who I believe have better supporting cast to get it done. You know what I'm saying? But back to you and Patrick Mahomes. To hear someone say, you got an argument he not even top 10 without the playoffs? Oh my gosh. And like hearing it, it blows my mind because you would never even think it. But like I said, you know how I feel about winning. So I'm not going that far. And I don't think you actually would go that far.
No.
But, you know, given his pedigree, what he's done. But I will say one thing that comes to mind when you bring up Patrick Mahomes, them guys creeping up. I think there's only but so many more times you're gonna be able to knock Josh Allen out of the playoffs. I feel the same way about Lamar Jackson, and I think once those guys get over that hump, they're gonna be hard to knock back down. They're gonna be hard to knock back down because now they feel like okay we could beat him, we could take him out. You know what I mean? And so, that's tough. He has the pressure of the throne. Like you don't have a good year this year, somebody else is snatching that down. So I respect
I
that.
think what y'all did, it was like, wow,
Yeah.
they can't
I
get
mean,
got
he didn't look like. I mean, he was running into half of them sacks, bro. He
because
was running into
Andy
the
Reid
sacks.
too. They ran the ball
Yeah.
2 times the first half, and then see when they lost to the Bucks, it looked kind of similar, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they had injuries, so it was a reason. Like they had, I think it was
And
3 offensive linemen that was gone.
and to me, Pat looked good still. Like
He
he
did.
looked improvising. Like he still was
Yep.
special. This past Super Bowl, oh my
No,
gosh,
it was
that's one
ugly,
of the worst
right?
games I ever seen him play.
Yes, on the biggest stage like that, on the for a 3-peat. Like, come on, what y'all doing?
That was nuts. That was nuts.
So